Oh, hi.
Hello, house guests. Welcome to today's Big Brother Canada 12 Digital Daily Recap.
I want long hair today.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
Is that your hair?
Yes.
A nice below the chin bob?
Yes. What do you think?
Welcome. Our house guests of the day are Christine Caruso and Mimi Iams. Thank you both so much. We really appreciate the support, and we could not do this without you, so thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. It's only $1 for a holla.
$1.
It did it again. Did you see that? It started the timer, and then it went back.
Oh. It did everything yesterday.
Did it play twice yesterday? You know what I mean? Like,
I thought it did.
Oh, well, if not, our house guests of the day are Christine Caruso and Mimi Iams. Thank you. So thank you for the support.
So you get a double shout out.
Yes.
Oh,
Lamb's here.
She said, "Oh, I like my new food."
Yes. So we got things to discuss here.
We sure do.
Last night was crazy.
You think?
Todd and Tola were on the block, and it was not looking good for our little Todd.
He was all ready to go to heaven.
Yes, but then the executive veto was unleashed. It turned into an episode of Succession.
Yeah.
One of the funniest
without
tweets,
the copyrighted music.
Right. One of the funniest tweets I've ever seen was somebody talking about Succession in the final season and being like, "Oh my God, I hope the family's like nice to each other tonight. Like they always speak so poorly to each other." Like it was a joke, but
yeah,
it was very funny. Jefferson Tucker, thank you so much for the super
Jefferson.
chat.
Do you guys even realize that this eviction went down on Tuesday?
Yeah, it was an early one.
Yeah, it was Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm.
So that means they had all day yesterday to do the HOH comp.
Yeah. So as we saw, there was a chain of rejection started by Elijah, the HOH, blah, 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 leaving the All-Stars in the mix. And eventually it came down to Anthony choosing between Spicy V or Avery to get the power.
Right.
Of course.
He wasn't going to give it to Avery.
I don't see anybody in today's Digital Daily talking about, oh, he gave it to the other All-Star.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything about it, which is annoying.
What up with that? What up with that?
Yeah. So Spicy had the executive veto.
Got my Adidas on. Whoops, right here.
I feel like I'm wrangling cats when you're on here. And Spicy, as we saw, went against Anthony's wishes and decided to use the veto on Todd. So that was kind of fun that he didn't get exactly what he wanted.
Was amazing. Mm-hmm. And when Anthony, the look on his face was just like,
yeah. Oh, he was not happy. So he was hoping that Tola would be saved and then Tola would put up Bailey because the replacement nominee was chosen by the person that got saved with the veto.
It was by the savee.
Yeah. So Todd got to name the replacement and he followed instructions and he put up Vivek.
How crazy would it have been if he had put up Anthony? Would he have had the votes to get Anthony out?
I would freaking hope so, but judging by how the season's been going, I would not be surprised if he stayed.
That would have been epic.
It would have been amazing.
That would have been epic. They would have had to have voted him out because Spicy V would have been the victim of Anthony if he had survived the vote. So she would have had to have made damn sure that he was out.
Yeah, well, if only.
I know.
But that's not what happened. Vivek was evicted unanimously. He was shocked, even though he said he wasn't. Bye-bye.
This is my Vivek.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, well, now he's gone, so let's talk about today's Digital Daily.
Oh, okay.
So it started with the doors closing after they hit Vivek on the ass. The doors of justice. And we see Todd wearing the humongous executive veto. I wonder how heavy that thing was.
Heavy.
At one point, Victoria was walking around with it, celebrating, and she was wearing it like a purse.
It was great.
It was pretty funny.
Whoever made that, kudos.
Yeah. Art department, what's up? So Spicy V checks in with Tola. She's got to smooth things over here. And she's like, I hope you understand why I had to do that. Why I had to use the veto on Todd instead of you.
Right.
And Tola's like, oh, 10 million %. Like, I totally get why you did it.
So, no.
I'm sure he's pissed. I'm sure he is like, okay, I'm noting that for later. She did not save me when I was on the block.
Prepare to die.
So Spicy says, just so you know, Bailey, I know you guys have had your issues in the past, but you and Bailey you can work this out. You're going to be good with her now. All of your drama is squashed moving forward. It's a clean slate. We'll see about that.
Nice manifestation.
Yeah, okay.
You will be good. Everything will be fine. Wake up in 3, 2, 1.
Well, I couldn't remember the exact wording of it, but I feel like she was like, I talked to Bailey and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So who knows? I don't think that's actually going to stick either way, but
no.
Tola says, I need Elijah out next week. He put me up on the block. And
that is the lamest target.
It's pretty lame. Spicy agrees because she's pretty upset still that Elijah threw her under the bus this past week. But, like, there are other bigger targets.
He is a freaking goat, and he needs to be dragged to the end if you want to win.
Yeah. So then Spicy has a chat with Todd, and Todd is like, you know, I really trusted you before, but now I trust you with my life. Like, thank you for saving me. There was no way that I was going to go against what you told me to do, so that's why I put up Vivek. And
I'm sad.
Yeah, that's that.
Oh, we have a super chat from
Thanks,
Amy Cummings. Spicy V and Doogie can suck it. I dislike the All-Stars twist so much. Same. Thanks for enduring the season for us.
Oh, I'm
You're
glad
welcome.
we can go through the struggle
Thank
together.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah. And this was Amy's first super chat.
Oh.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
Okay. So then Bailey is also on an apology tour of sorts. She's trying to smooth things over with Tola. And she's like, look, I'll admit it. I wanted Todd to stay this week. Like, it's no secret that I'm close with him.
Right.
But she says that doesn't necessarily mean that I wanted you out. And she says the way things worked out here with Vivek going, it's really the best case scenario because you're both here still, you and Todd.
Do you think she's just happy that he's still there because he's a shield in front of her?
I'm sure she's not happy that he's still there, but she's playing the game, you know? She's happy that Vivek is gone because she was not feeling good about him.
He was a doogie.
Yeah. I'm sure she would have loved to have seen Tola go, though. But let's not forget that there's supposed to be like this truce alliance moving forward of 8, which is like all of the girls, Anthony, Matt, and Tola.
So everyone in the house except for
Elijah, Todd. Is that it?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yes.
That's so sad. So yeah. She tells Tola, if I win HOH, I will not be putting you up on the block. He says he wouldn't put her up either. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Either way, I mean, maybe Bailey would keep the promise. I don't see Tola keep.
I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't want to keep Tola in the house because he's proven not to win anything.
Yeah.
He's not well liked.
I think he's definitely like a competition threat moving forward, but like I feel like there's bigger fish to fry than Tola.
Yeah.
And that is not a short joke.
No.
Anyway, Bailey really wants this to just be the beginning of things. She wants to continue to talk more about working together. And she's like, we could have Anthony here in the conversation. Like, if that makes you more comfortable, blah, blah, blah. Stop bringing Anthony into everything. This is why he has so much freaking power in this game. It's too much. So Bailey says to Tola, I want Elijah out next. She knows that there was a plan for her to be backdoored this week. And it obviously didn't happen. But she's like, it's okay. We're going to move on. You and I are good. Like, so Tola's like, okay, so we're moving forward, honey?
No.
After you called her honey?
Deal off.
I wish. But she was like, yeah.
Don't you think that burned her so badly into her core?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Don't like that.
That's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, an 8-person alliance in a house with 10 people.
Wow.
I mean, really? What are we doing here?
Well, it's going to be fairly obvious who's the bottom of that 8-person alliance then when it comes nomination time.
Yeah. All right. So Spicy V and Bailey have a chat, and Spicy's like, you need to know that Anthony and Matt were really pushing hard for me to use the veto on Tola.
Oh.
And like Tola was gonna possibly put you up on the block. So just keep that in mind. And Spicy's like, I didn't even think about it at first. Like, I'm so glad that you convinced me to use it on Todd instead. I mean, hello, use your brain. Tola,
she must have known, right?
Yeah.
Come on. She might have been born at night, but not last night.
Yeah. Then these two talk about how Anthony is kind of like a little pissy right now.
Oh, good. I'd love to see it.
this was not his move. He did not have total control over what happened with Todd coming down and Vivek going up and out. Like, that was not his call. So he's all salty about it. And Spicy's like, he's not making much eye contact with me right now.
As much as she's riding Anthony's coattails, for the most part, she seems to be so sick of his banter and his gameplay that I predict at any moment she's going to get somebody else to do her dirty work to get him.
It's just so hard to say.
Started out the door.
You see that, and it seems so genuine when she's talking smack about him, and then she goes to him and spills everything. And she's like, I'm so loyal to you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
is she like bipolar or something?
I don't know about that, but
I don't get it.
She's a very messy game player, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then we see some footage before the HOH competition. Everybody's already in their costumes, and it's like these 1950s diner style costumes, which are honestly a lot of fun.
They were really cute.
I like them. I like the colors, the black, the white, the pink,
the little hats.
Yeah.
Were they like car hops?
Yeah, something like that.
Too bad they didn't have like the roller skates on.
Yeah, right.
I would have liked to seen someone bust their ass on.
Oh my god. So Tola and Matt are chatting, and they're trying to figure out what they would do if one of them wins HOH.
Yeah.
And they're both saying Elijah would be our target.
Lame.
Yeah. But they're wondering who goes up as a pawn. Someone is going to have to sit next to Elijah.
Oh, someone pretty?
Well,
pretty?
Tola did just promise Bailey that if he wins, he wouldn't put her up.
Right.
But Matt's like, well, would you put up Bailey, though? They do agree they want it to probably be a girl, because if shit hits the fan, they want a girl to leave. Like, right. If they can't get Elijah.
Well, they also want the girls not to be in the majority.
Right. They're also talking about, like, building up some trust with Todd. Todd wants nothing to do with you. So then Lexus comes in.
Todd probably doesn't give a shit. He'd go with either side.
No. So Lexus comes in, and she says, well, if it's going to be a girl, then it should be Bailey. I mean, she's not going to say one of the hot chocolate girls, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's that.
Oh, Travel K.
Travel K, thank you so much.
Just saying, oh, hi. Thanks for all your hard work,
Thanks for the super chat.
Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I was thinking. Okay, so.
Leave me alone, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Travel. So, it doesn't matter what Tola and Matt want, because neither of them won HOH.
Oh.
Avery won HOH.
Whoa. At least it's not one of the other side.
I mean, okay. So, like, I want to be excited about this, but, like, should I be excited about this? Is she going to do anything meaningful with this power?
She might.
Or is she just going to do what Anthony wants?
She might actually listen to Spicy.
But is Spicy going to do what Anthony wants, or is Spicy going to change it up?
I think there's a possibility that this may be the week where Spicy's like, we effed up our game so bad by doing what Anthony wanted the first half of the game that we really need to start taking accountability now and making some moves to shore up the voting.
I mean, it sounds great and all, but I don't think that's how she's thinking.
As long as she's not the one doing it, though. Because she can always go back to Anthony and be like, well, I tried to tell her to do something else, but she went and did it on her own.
I mean, we're going to get into it. I don't think she would advise to make, Avery to make a move against Anthony, but maybe one of his numbers, maybe. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But yeah. With Avery's victory, there's celebrations all over.
Let's go.
Avery, Spicy, and Kayla. Yeah.
I'm so sick of hearing that.
Yeah. It's pretty played out
Just
on reality TV. We're done with it.
Just go.
Bailey and Lexus join in. Lexus was kind of like a sort of join in, because I think she just had to go to the bathroom and they were all in there. But then at one point, Avery and Spicy were alone, and Avery says, this is our HOH.
Okay.
Then Anthony gets a celebration in there, and at one point, all of Hot Chocolate was in the bathroom together. And
the Chocks.
Yeah, that's what they're calling themselves now. Avery says, all right, guys, kick your feet up. No, not kick up your feet. Yep. I don't think she would go after Hot Chocolate this week, though.
No.
All right. So
not this week.
No. Or maybe ever. So then Todd and Tola are chatting, and Todd says,
no hard feelings.
Well, he says, I've promised you before that I have your back, and
Right.
that still stands. Like, I'm still with you. And I thought he said something about, like, we're good until, like, 4 are left. Final 4. I don't know exactly what he said, but that's what I thought I heard.
Sad.
I guess he figured at the time, like, they were both kind of outsiders.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Lone wolves?
I guess. But he's like, I hope you're not upset that I pushed for the veto to be used on me because I thought you would be safe on the block and I would not, which is correct. So, you know, that's why I had to do that.
I mean, I think this is all genuine.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And Todd says, I hope there's no hard feelings there.
Right.
Tola agrees. He says they're good. Everything worked out. Vivek is gone and the two of them are safe. So
yeah, we're still here.
Yeah.
We survived the crash.
Tola does say, though, I think I could be in danger this week. He feels like he might be going up on the block against Elijah.
Oh.
And Todd's telling him, don't worry. Like, I think you're going to be fine. You'll have the votes to stay. And then Todd's like, oh, crap. I might go up on the block.
And then they'll backdoor me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Todd's a little bit like, oh, maybe I would go up. That's not good.
I mean, he is a lone wolf.
Yeah.
You would think that they would want to keep these lone wolves around.
Yeah, you would. That's how you would normally do this, right? Leave somebody in who doesn't have any connections.
Right.
But that's not how they're playing it.
No.
I'm doing this truce and bullshit.
Doing an 8-person alliance in a house 8 out of 10.
Yeah. So
unheard of.
They should just call their alliance 80%.
Don't give them any ideas.
Okay. So the next morning, Avery and Spicy V are chatting in the HOH room. And Avery is talking about her plans. At this point, she's saying, I want to put up Todd and Elijah with Elijah as the target. So Todd is the pawn.
Right.
And she's like, I think we have the numbers to keep Todd safe. We should be good. You know what I have to say?
No.
This is dumb. Because I can totally see Anthony, Matt, and Tola flipping the vote to take out Todd and leave Elijah in because they feel like they can use him.
Why would you take Todd out? He's not doing squat. Let him have a nice vacation.
Because they feel like Todd would side with the girls over them. He's not for the boys. Saturdays are not for the boys in Todd's world. So
honestly, I don't think Todd cares. I think he could be swayed to be with the boys.
I don't know.
But I think he could.
Spicy's like, you know what? This would work out perfectly. I love it. But then she brings up how Anthony was pissed about how it all went down with the executive veto and saying, like, you know what? If it was Todd on the block versus Vivek, she's pretty sure that Anthony would have flipped the vote to take out Todd and keep Vivek because he felt like he would be more able to manipulate Vivek. And I would agree. I think that was definitely a possibility.
Yes.
So Spicy says Anthony wants Todd out more than he says. Yeah. Especially because he had told Todd straight up, I'm not voting to keep you. Right. So now Todd has that knowledge and he's still here.
And he did his little diary room rant too about like, you had your name in my you had my name in your you had my name in your mouth and now you're gone and now you're gone and now Todd is going. Oh wait.
Well, Todd doesn't know about that.
I know, but we do.
Yeah, but that doesn't affect what's going on in there.
I know, but I think that possibly is making him feel some type of way. Is making him feel some ways.
Yeah. So all that being said, they still think that Todd should go up on the block next to Elijah. Do you want Todd to get voted out? Like, what are you doing? Also, would this not be the perfect week to backdoor Anthony? Jury has not started yet.
Yes. No repercussions. Whoa.
But would Avery have the guts to do it? In the past few weeks, she's been all like, I'll be able to make the big move when the time comes. Like, I'll do it. I am not afraid of it.
She's going to say the time has not come.
I know. She's like, I'm not afraid of anything, blah, blah, blah.
But
you don't know you're going to get this chance again.
That's true.
And also, I'm sure that Spicy V will discourage her from making that move.
Yes.
All right. So, Spicy, at one point, this made me laugh out loud because it was so ridiculous. She was basically talking about how Anthony would have wanted to take the shot at Todd instead of Vivek. And she was like, if you have the chance to take your enemy out and you have the votes, you do it. Do you hear yourself right now? Unfortunately, this is not about taking out Anthony.
No.
This is her being like, Anthony would have taken out Todd. Listen to yourself. What are you talk. So Spicy says, I see what Dougie is doing and I'm pissed about it, but I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to file it away. I'm going to make a note of it.
What are you going to do? Put him on triple secret probation?
Exactly. And it sounds like from this conversation, Avery and Spicy do not have any intention of targeting the other side, meaning like Matt, Tola, whatever, until after Elijah and Todd are both gone, right?
Mhm.
Until the truce is up and they're down to the final 8.
Yeah.
So Spicy V says, what's the point of making a big, dirty week while we still have people left in the middle? Don't worry, she's going to change her tune on that.
Okay.
So then Anthony and Kayla both join the conversation, and Avery's talking about how she wants a really chill week after the craziness of Vivek's HOH and Elijah's
Eliza
HOH.
Doolittle?
Yeah. She just wants to get hot chocolate into jury smoothly. We don't know exactly when jury's starting. Arissa hasn't made the announcement yet, but
it's probably not for a few more weeks.
You think?
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be a big jury because there was only a 14-person cast.
Yeah, so they probably want maybe like a 7 to 9.
Yeah.
I feel like they've been doing 7.
Yeah.
So could be a bit still.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they're talking blah, 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 blah. And eventually Anthony asks Kayla what she thinks because she's been a little quiet during this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And Kayla's like, you know what? I'm a little bit nervous after that rejection chain with the executive veto because Matt eliminated her. She doesn't feel good about that. And Anthony's like, oh, really? Well, I thought it was all like pretty predictable. I didn't think anything too unexpected happened. And he's like, I will say, I think after that, it looks pretty obvious that all the girls are working
together. Yeah.
And he says, you girls could use some separation. So why don't you hang out with some other people? Spend some time with the guys.
Great.
No. He says Bailey has been hanging out more with Matt and Tola. So you should be worried about this because if Matt and Tola were to win HOH, they might keep Bailey safe and put up one of you guys instead since she's building a connection with them. So he's definitely like trying to scare them right now into like getting in more with getting in more with Matt and Tola.
Right.
It's annoying. So later, Spicy V is whining to Kayla about Anthony. She's all like, I can tell when Anthony's trying to manipulate people and I see what he's doing.
I'm so tired of him and his strategy.
I'm tired of hearing all this over and over and then them doing nothing about
exactly.
it. Spicy V will complain endlessly about Anthony.
And then she'll go to Anthony
and continue to help him in this game. Do everything in her power to help him.
Ass kisser.
We got one little flicker of excitement last night when she went against his wishes. But I don't know how much more of that we're going to see. I don't know.
Oh, my hair's falling off.
Oh, no. So a little later, the house guests are all dressed up for the Have Not competition. I don't know who's all on slop at this point. I think Bailey is, but I don't know who else is with her.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spicy V was talking to Anthony in the storage room, and she says, okay, Kayla and Avery are starting to clock that you're always asking them who's on the bottom for them, who their targets are. Mm-hmm. But when they ask you the same question, you never answer.
Oh.
Ugh. Of course, she's telling on them at this point.
Yes.
And she tells Anthony, if you get the chance, maybe talk to them about who your targets are. Mm-hmm. And Anthony's like, I just did. I was just talking to them. Like, is that not enough? And he's like, I was talking the whole time during that combo. And I had to ask Kayla, who was sitting in the corner, what she thought. He's always so defensive.
Oh.
So they both say, like, Kayla's so weird for being worried this week when Avery's HOH. She's worried for next week.
Yes.
But anyway, Spicy V and Kayla have a chat. Weird Kayla.
Yeah.
And Kayla says, you know, I'm starting to think that Todd should not go up as the pawn this week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla.
Wonderful. Well done.
Weird.
Well done.
So
keep Kayla weird.
Yes. She says, if Todd is up there against Elijah, the guys are just going to vote Todd out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Correct.
So Spicy V's like, yes, you're right. I was thinking the same thing. I was just talking to Avery about this. We didn't see that conversation on here. But she's like, I think Tola should go up as the pawn. And then Spicy's like, you know what? Matt should go. She says, Matt needs to go this week. It has to happen now because if Matt wins HOH, he's going to put up 2 girls. It's probably going to be me and you.
Yes.
Spicy and Kayla.
Yes.
I don't think he would put up Spicy, but I think he would definitely potentially put up Kayla.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, so Kayla's like, well, I think this could be a good plan. What if we put up Tola and Elijah?
And then backdoor Matt?
Yeah, and then like if Tola wins veto or whatever, we can get Matt up there. Is this actually a possibility?
No.
Oh, I don't know. But Kayla's like,
know.
I don't care what Dougie thinks. Like, we need to make this move for us. That's great, but like, are you gonna do it?
Gotta do it.
You gotta get Avery on board too, of course.
This is the week to do it, because if you go another week, it might be too late.
Wow. Well, Spicy takes it a step further and she's like, we should just have Avery put up Matt and Tola on the block together. She says, yes, Elijah's annoying. He does dumb stuff, but we can take him out anytime. And she says the chances of him winning HOH again are pretty low. I mean, he could totally win again, but
yes, but this is a good plan.
Compared to the other guys,
right,
Elijah is not as big of a threat.
Right.
For sure. So
he's a Gray Swan event.
Yeah.
No.
So Kayla is like, I would just love for Dougie to have to choose between Tola and Matt, and for him to like come to me and tell me why Matt shouldn't be the one to go this week. She says, Matt is not in hot chocolate, so just let him go. And she says she'll feel a lot better after that. If they can get Matt out, then sure, Todd can go next week. No, leave Todd alone.
Todd is your ally. He's not your enemy.
Yeah, so I guess she just figures they don't need him. But like, you do. You really do.
These girls just don't know squat.
I know. So later, Spicy V and Kayla are talking to Avery, and Kayla's all like, I'm scared.
I hate that.
I hate the baby talks. And Avery is like the biggest offender with the baby talks. So I feel like Kayla was saying that because she's like, I know that Avery does the baby talk.
So I'm going to do it too.
So Spicy tells Avery, we need to make a bigger move this week. Our families are watching this. Like, we need to play hard.
I mean, that's for real.
Again,
I'm sure a lot of these people's families are so embarrassed.
She says all this stuff and then she doesn't follow through. So Spicy says, I think you should put up Matt and Tola. She says, Matt is coming for us. He needs to go. And Avery's like, okay, of course I want to make sure that my girlies are protected. You're both my number ones. But she says, given the choice, I would prefer for Tola to go and not Matt.
No.
My guess is that Avery feels more comfortable with Matt, because hasn't Tola had Avery's name in his mouth before?
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure she knows about that. So of course she wants Tola to go over Matt, but her reasoning,
if she were to put Matt up, I mean, what would Lexus say to her?
She'd be pretty pissed.
Yeah.
But they did talk about that too at one point, and they were like, you know what? She said if it was a choice and she had to choose between Matt and us,
she would cut a guy like that.
Yeah.
Would she still?
Said.
Would she cut Matt now?
I don't know. That's what she said. She did eliminate him from the executive veto, but that's also much different than actually like
that's
evicting him.
No, that's way different.
It's way different. So anyway, Avery, her reasoning here, she says she would rather have Matt in jury than Tola. Why?
Well, because she said he's a good guy and he deserves it. He's a good player.
No. So Spicy's like, I think we should break up the showmance, because if they're both in jury, they're probably both going to vote together at the end.
But Canada is notorious for keeping a showmance in till the end.
That's another thing too. You got to break them up just for the fact that they could get further in the game together. They're a voting block.
But it seems like Canada almost condones it. Like when there's a showmance in the house, it's like, oh, let's get him to the end.
I mean, I guess people will look at a showmance as a shield in a lot of situations, but then like you let them get too far and it's over.
Yep.
So anyway, Anthony comes in and breaks up that conversation. Get out. We wanted to hear more about this.
Yeah.
So eventually Anthony's spidey senses are tingling and he's all like, oh, so how do you guys feel about Matt right now? Of course he's asking about Matt. So
Kayla
Spicy
didn't really hold back.
No, Spicy V and Kayla both say Matt's been a little weird with us the last few days. Ever since Elijah threw us under the bus, like things have been off. Yeah, the vibe is just totally different. So Anthony's like, oh, well, you should work on things with Matt this week, Kayla.
No, maybe Matt should work on things with us.
Maybe
Why
Matt
do we have to go to Matt?
Maybe Matt should go.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So they have that little conversation.
There's no effing way he's going to agree to that.
I know. Later, Anthony's playing ping pong with Matt. And Anthony, he takes a while to get here, but eventually it seemed an awful lot like he was about to spill to Matt
that he was in trouble.
That Kayla is worried about him. I bet
Yeah.
you he would have been like, Spicy is 100% with you. She loves you. But he would have thrown
She's
Kayla
obsessed
under the
with
bus.
you.
Yeah. That's what he always says.
Yeah.
But he would have been
I'm
like,
so sick of hearing that.
I'm pretty sure he was gearing up to say, Kayla is worried about you, so you should work on that. But then Kayla comes outside and breaks up that conversation.
Hey, you want to play ping pong?
Yeah. So that's where it ended.
Mm-hmm.
We're not sure who's going up on the block yet. If I had to guess, I would say
Elijah and Tola.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hybrid.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Elijah and Tola.
With Matt as a possible backdoor?
Maybe, but I feel like Avery does not want to do that. I hope it's not Todd.
I hope so either.
Yeah.
Neither.
I feel like Todd is a very what's the word I'm looking for? You either love him or you hate him. Because I've seen so many people online be like, Todd's so boring, blah, blah, blah.
Boring?
But I feel
Todd is the only hope we have left.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. He is a very polarizing player. I think Todd is doing more than people realize. Mm-hmm. But that's just my opinion. So Todd, I think he's also got a lot of potential in him. So
is the bee in the bonnet.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll get more information tomorrow on the nominations. Mm-hmm. But thank you all so much for being here. And thank you to our super chatters today.
Oh.
Jefferson, Amy, and Travell. Thank you all so much for your super chats.
Thank you.
Suck it up.
That's right.
But yeah, we hope you all have a wonderful Thursday night.
I will, because I get to watch Amazing Race tonight.
Yay! Same. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again. And until next time, much love. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.